Hi guys, this is Travis. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is another part of the series. Travis plays the Premades. Savage Lands is the deck. We're just going to go over the deck today, just in case you are not too familiar with it yet. A lot of the players that are new to the game are going to get these 10 Premade decks, and that's the ones that they're going to have to roll around and learn the game with. And we're just going to play them and decide which ones we like the most, how we might upgrade them at the end, that kind of thing. So we'll just play a match a day, probably, maybe two. But here we have 3 Akum Hellhounds with landfall. They get +2/+2 until end of turn. We've got Hobgoblin Captain with Pac Tactics. If you attack with creatures total power 6 or greater, this guy gains first strike until end of turn. Royal Eruption, 3 damage. If you can kick it for a total of 7, you can do 5 damage instead, any target. Bull Strength, 2 copies of that. Untap your creature, give him +2/+2 and trample. Werewolf Pack Leader, another one with Pac Tactics. When he attacks with 6 or greater in the combat, you get to draw a card, and you can also pump him up. He stops being a human. For 4 mana, he turns into just a regular werewolf and goes from 3/3 to a 5/3 with trample as well. 3 Brushfire Elementals, 1/1s with haste. They can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and because of landfall, they get +2/+2 until the end of turn every time a land enters the battlefield. And that's why we have 4 Evolving Wilds, so you can activate the land twice, change them from a 1/1 to a 5/5. These are the 2 heavy hitters in the deck, actually, if you get them out early and get a land. And half the time it seems like they have no trouble getting Brushfire Elemental out on turn 2, and then turn 3 they have the Evolving Wilds, and they're hitting you for 5-7 points of damage a turn, that kind of thing. So you really do need to have some good removal or some very good blockers early on. Here we have Tagnar, Demon Fang Gnoll, legendary creature. He's also got Pac Tactics. If you attack with creatures 6 or greater, all attacking creatures get +1. And if you have the spare mana, you can spend 4, double his power and toughness. If you have 8, you can double it again, so you can go from 2 to 4 to 8, make him 8/8 until the end of the turn. Haste, 3 Hulking Bugbears, 3/3 hasters. Choose your weapon. You can double target creatures' power and toughness until end of turn, so it's like turning any one of them into a Tagnar. Or if you need to take out a flyer, 5 damage to target flyer. Scale the Heights, 3 of those. Put a +1 counter on 1 target creature, gain 2 life, and play an additional land this turn if you got it. Plus, you get to draw a card. Like that. Good card. Kazandu Mammoth. Is it Kazandu or Kazandu? I don't know. Sometimes you have to use him as a tap land, but usually you want to save him because he's a 3/3 with landfall. He becomes 5/5, which is awesome. 1 copy of Toski, Bearer of Secrets. The spell can't be countered, and he's indestructible. And he has to attack every single turn. If he hits you, well, actually, whenever any creature hits you and does damage, you get to draw a card. So if you block him, but 3 other creatures hit you, you get to draw 3 cards. Or they get to draw 3 cards. Whatever. You know what I mean. 2 copies of Astrid Surge. This works very well with the landfall cards. You can get 2 basic land cards out. If you pay the kicker cost for 8, not only do you get the 2 cards, but you get to put 2 +1 counters on each creature you control. Excuse me. Frog Hemoth. 5 mana. He's a 4/4 with trample and haste. The special power, when he hits you for damage, you get to exile that many cards from the graveyard. So he's got strength of 4, so if you've got up to 4 cards in your graveyard, all 4 of those get exiled if the opposing player wants. If it's a creature card that's exiled, you get to +1/+1 counter. So if you've got 4 creature cards in your graveyard and he hits you for 4, and he exiles those 4 creature cards, you gain 4 life. You get 4. He gets to go from a 4/4 to an 8/8. If it's a non-creature card, you gain a life. Okay, Owlbearer, 4/4 with trample. When he enters the battlefield, you draw a card. That's handy. Inferno of the Star Mounts, another spell that can't be countered. A 6/6 with flying and haste. This is something that can really end the game if you don't have an answer for it real quick. Plus, you can pump him up +1/+0 until end of turn. If you do ever manage to get his power up to 20, it deals 20 damage to any target. Which I'm probably going to try and make a deck that does just that, just to have fun with that particular ability. Phylos World Sculptor is a legendary from Zendikar. You get 0/1 green plant creature tokens for each basic land you control. So if you've got, it costs 6 to get down. Let's say you've got all 6 basic lands. You get 6 of these token plant creatures. Then whenever a land enters the battlefield, you put 4+1 counters on the target plant you control. So you can change a 0/1 into a 4/5. The next turn you can change that 4/5 into an 8/9, or you can just change another 0/1 into a 4/5. Your choice. All right, the rest are the lands. And of course, we talked about the 4 Evolving Wilds that really help with the landfall. And we've got a sort of combination here of 2 expansions for the most part, right? We've got Zendikar, Zendikar Rising in this particular case, and Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So we've got the Pac Tactics with Tagnar, Werewolf Pack Leader, and Hobgoblin Captain, and then we've got Landfall with the Hellhound and Brushfire Elemental, and Kazandu Mammoth, and Phylos World Sculptor. So, nice little mix there going on. All right, that's the deck. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in for the rest of the week. We're going to play at least a match a day and help you learn what's to like and what's not to like about this particular deck. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.